I didn't think he had to play a commercial at the end. I thought the broadcast just ended. Fuck. Day 15, a late night. You arrive home after another long shift to find a note waiting for you on the countertop. Recognize Sam's hurried scrawl. Chris has been evicted for not paying rent. You know where this is headed. Sam's gone to pick up Chris's stuff from the street. Don't wait up! Underlined twice. So this is your fault now, is it? You sulkily press play on the cheap horror film you're gonna watch together. It used to absolutely terrify you as a kid, but always makes the two of you laugh. It's not the same without Sam, but you still chuckle yourself occasionally. Chuckle to yourself. No sexy time, yeah. Just as you get to the good bit, the part where Candy decides to investigate alone, your 14-year-old son interrupts. He wants to go to a friend's house. He looks at you in a way only a child can, pleading, but somehow defiant. You let him go as long as he promises to be home by 11. Yeah, go ahead. Clearly surprised, he practically races out the door. You doze in front of the movie, waiting up for his return. You start awake to the sound of TV static. It's gone midnight and there's no sign of Charlie or Sam. You're tired and in a bad mood. You trust Charlie. He'll be home soon. It's one night. He's got to start taking responsibility for his own decisions sometime. What's the worst that could happen? Day 16, a call from school. Your family answering machine crackles into life. Who could be calling while you and your spouse are at work? Good afternoon. This is a message for the Winston family. It's Miss Smith calling regarding your son, Charles. The tinny old woman goes on. Oh. I'm sure there is a perfectly reasonable explanation for it, but he wasn't in school today, and we hadn't heard from you that he would be absent. I'd like to remind you we do require all absences to be authorized in advance, or in exceptional circumstances for parents to ring first thing in the morning. Please see to... What's this music? Please see to it that it doesn't happen again. Thank you. Goodbye. Someone has some explaining to do. Lyco doesn't even know how to type the own emotes he requested. Day 48, a tight Christmas. You can't help but crack a smile as you look around the table. The snow is settled on the grass outside. The kids are pulling a cracker while your elderly mother tries to keep her eyes open. You did always have a soft spot for Christmas. You're sitting at the head of the table now, your dad's place. It's been a tense afternoon. Everyone could feel it. It's the first time you've seen Chris since you refused to part with your passport. It's a big change for Sam. The two siblings used to be inseparable. Christmas is usually such a nice time of year. The clatter of cutlery is all that can be heard as Chris stares pointedly at you. You make a toast. You stand and raise your glass. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm glad we're all here. There are murmurs of cheers and much clicking of glasses. Chris doesn't move. Yeah, we're all here. No thanks to you. Chris, sighs Sam. Come on now, it's Christmas. Can't we put that behind us? I wasn't talking to you. Chris stands drunkenly. What did she say? Comes to his response. Enough, both of you, Sam insists. Sorry, did I stutter? Chris launches themselves at you across the table, upsetting a meager plate of potatoes, which smashes on the hard floor. You're taken aback as Chris's fists swing and catches you in the temple. Your mother shrieks as blood bursts from above your eye. You scramble toward Chris before Sam screams, enough! Everyone freezes. You haven't heard Sam's raised voice for a long time, and it seems to have worked. The room is still now, and silent. But for your panting and whimpering of your poor mother. Without another word, Chris stalks from the room. Your children can't bring themselves to look at you as you sit back down at the head of the table. Merry fucking Christmas! Renee's is like, rip off a turkey leg and beat Christ with it. Wait, Renee's. Is that a Freudian slip? Day 63, a welcome windfall. You're leafing through the pile of accumulated posts. Each new bill pulls on your gut like a lead weight until a flash of blue makes you pause. Recognizing the teal advanced logo on the envelope, you tear it open. Dear Winston residents, thank you for sending us your passports for approval. We can now confirm the receipt and validation for the new Assets and Wealth Redemption Scheme. Hopefully this will make the last month of arguments with Sam worth it. As much as it is our pleasure to enclose a check, which we hope you will see as a symbol, not only of our gratitude to you, but of our unwavering commitment to creating a society free of inequality. The throbbing of your fresh, speed-induced paper cut, like the drug speed, is the only reason you can believe you're awake. A check, and a sizable one at that. Chris was right, advance really are redistributing wealth. We will continue to strive for the betterment of this nation and its people. Forwards together, Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. The weight of your financial burdens lessens slightly. It's bliss! Sometimes splurging. All right, Julie. This has been fun so far. A long weekend, day 72. Why does the zip on this damn case never close? It's your anniversary. Every year, you and Sam go away for the weekend, usually camping. You're not made of money. You've been looking forward to it for ages, finally getting some time alone together where you can forget about the noise of life. No kids, no work, just a bit of romance and some peace and quiet. The zip finally gives up the battle and you drag the bulging suitcase down the stairs. The answering machine is blinking on the hall table. Good evening, Alex. This is Mr. Boseman. I'm calling to inform you that you will be required to work this weekend. Your heart sinks. Some information has come to light concerning the rising tensions between our nation and foreign powers, and the National Nightly News team will be working around the clock to ensure we break the story first. Needless to say, I will expect your attendance tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Have a pleasant evening, Alex. Shock turns to annoyance and then fury. What are you gonna tell Sam? Sam comes downstairs, brimming with excitement. Kissing you, they grab the car keys from the dish and start to load your bags into the back. Apologize profusely to your spouse, but you really should go into work. Bossman's temper is legendary. What should we do, chat? Go on the trip, Steve says. Oh, I assume that we've been working this whole time, Bonnie. It's not simulating every work day. Trip? Okay. Ignore the message. You need this weekend. Message deleted. What was that? Comes a voice from behind you. Nothing important, you reply as you put on your coat, adrenaline coursing through your body. Grabbing Sam around the waist, you practically slam the front door. You might as well enjoy your time off. You're gonna pay for it on Monday. Things are looking up. Worth it. Day 75, an unwelcome return. Pardon me while I blow my nose. An unwelcome return. When you get to work Monday morning, you get some sour looks from your exhausted colleagues. A note sits waiting for you. The immaculate script is blood red. I am very disappointed, Winston. Was it worth it? I'm very disappointed. Winston. I'm very disappointed, Winston. Day 98, a permission slip. See, we didn't actually, like, play through that. Let's just assume I got S tier for that broadcast. Your son Charlie hovers at your elbow as you read. Do you find yourself striving to achieve? Are you an active member of the team? Do you like reaping the benefits of cooperation? Join the advanced go-getters today. Forwards together. This doesn't sound like the youth club he told you about. Charlie grabs a flyer from you and thrusts a form into your hand. So I can walk there straight from school and Ben's sister can drop us home after. So you won't have to do anything. You sign the permission slip for your son to join the advanced go-getters. Nah, I don't like this. I don't like this group. We refuse. Sorry, mate. I just don't think. I don't think is the right place for you. I don't think this is the right place for you, I think is what they're trying to write. You hand back the form gently. What? This is so unfair. Why? I know it seems that way, Charlie, but you'll understand soon enough. Baby, come home when I tell you to. Day 101, a free ticket. Some guys at work gave them, that was the kid that didn't come home on time, right? Some guys at work gave them to me. They can't go. Sam stands in front of you brandishing 2 tickets. You see the title in bold letters. Alan James is right in front of you. I'm really unsure. What do you think? Should we go? Free tickets are free tickets. He's a character. It'll be hilarious if nothing else. Is this the guy from the broadcast? Was it Alan James or was it Alex? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go check it out. The show is entertaining, but much less funny than you thought. He's a powerful public speaker, and something about it sticks in your mind. Lying in bed that night, wide awake, long after Sam's breathing turns heavy, it hits you. It was the crowd, not laughing, but roaring. A domestic dilemma, uh-oh. It's one of your rare evenings in, and strangely, Charlie still isn't back from school. You knock on his bedroom door to see if he's stuck upstairs without you noticing. No answer. Pushing the door open, you find a letter in his bed. Dear Charles, thanks for returning your parental permission form. Sam Winston has given permission for you to join the positive and proactive team that is the Advanced Go-Getters. We look forward to you attending your first meeting. You'll be out and getting them in no time. Unbelievable. A profitable partnership. Day 110. After a particularly long day at work, you come home to find the posts sorted into piles. As Sam has taken to doing recently, most of it is the usual rubbish. But a letter with the increasingly familiar Advance logo and urgent respond immediately plastered on the front, and a correspondingly urgent red font grabs your attention. Best get it over with. Hey Joseph, yeah, we're playing, we already beat that other game, and now we're playing Not for Broadcast 2, The Return. Dear Winston residents, this letter is to inform you that the advanced government has taken another step forwards in our fight for equality. By nationalizing the largest private corporations and redistributing their resources among the citizens of this great country, the Partnership Bonds program ensures that wealth created by the people is delivered to the people. You don't remember this being in the manifesto. Every household will become a partner in one of 3 carefully selected institutions. I'm gonna need your feedback on this, chat. Chosen by Advance for consistent high performance and financial security. Please note all returns are based on public opinion and cannot be guaranteed. Please select one of the following. Eye of the Beholder, Incorporated, whether it's cosmetics, clothing, or couture, we see the beauty in all our customers. Neil's Deals Limited, it's always a steal from Crazy Neil. Pleasure Corp. I already know what chat's gonna pick. Our business is your pleasure. From sport, oh. I thought it was gonna be a different kind of pleasure. From sport to travel or even just some you time. You can't say pleasure without leisure. Oh yeah, these are the different things. There's the Illuminati symbol. Okay, Bonnie says Crazy Neil. Steve says Crazy Neil. Renee says Illuminati. Yobi or Neil. Okay, I think we're going Crazy Neil. Thank you for making your selection. Please return this form using the envelope provided. You will receive a report from your partnerships in 3 to 6 working months. It seems even advance can't defeat the quagmire of governmental bureaucracy. The future of this nation is in partnership. Forwards together. Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Just how much influence could you have? We're making all the right choices. Holiday time! I didn't expect there to be this much of like a choose your own adventure style story. Yeah, they're going for a bit of a paper please sort of thing. The Tempest, day 153. Oh yeah.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other 2, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show. Total pimp. My God, that weather looks nasty.
I'm all for this government institution. Wait.
My friend in the sky over you.
I don't know why I talked to you.
It probably is a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said.
We gotta play Crazy Neil.
Accidentally slip out.
Correct. Going in 5.
Check your
4,
prostate.
3.
Good evening. I'm
Okay.
Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol
We're in there.
appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
After 3 months of record-breaking approval ratings,
We're live.
Could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, Doctors Ingrid Svorsborg Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together.
No, I can't.
For the eventual return of the
Oh, I
team to
can't.
dry land.
Okay.
Without enough engineers
Steve!
to successfully
This is
fix their
hard,
craft,
okay?
The team
Cut me some
seem likely
slack.
to attempt to farm the cavern's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground. I think I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy.
Bearing their opinions, the formerly rich are fighting back with a naked protest.
Our very own Robin Short was on hand earlier today when this new protest group first presented themselves.
It might seem amusing to us, but clearly this formerly overprivileged section of our society...
Wait, what is this guy doing?
...well to the new future.
Is that a
It's
finger?
often too easy to forget that not every citizen is thriving under advance.
Yeah, they're also not
Fallen
naked.
angel, notorious addict Johnny Hansleeve seems to have reached a new low in his battle with booze, as this recent picture reveals.
Johnny's star certainly lacks its former glow these days, with public concern over his mental and physical health growing at an alarming rate.
Since being banned from the national squad earlier this year after urinating on a referee during a friendly against East Grinchley, things seem to have gone from bad to worse for Hansleeves.
Is his once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sports?
It's snowing.
And radical ideas. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snuggle Hugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a surprising new project that already has the markets raising an eyebrow.
Known for taking risks and bold strategies, could the adventurous CEO be leading the business giant down a dark alley? Or
I like tunneling through the earth. This seems like a good
We
idea.
understand the mobile
Wait, does that say
orientation
moobs?
operational borrowing service will be a new international travel system based around the construction
Moobs.
of a major tunnel through the centre of the earth. Sophia Remington claims it will make travelling from one side of the world to the other the matter.
What does
of
moobs stand for?
Geologists are concerned about the implications of digging a hole through the planet.
I like
while
it.
Flat earthers claim it should be quite easy.
With that exclusive prime ministerial interview coming up later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon coming to you live from the first annual Sports Board final.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Fuck! I'm nailing this, guys. I am probably the greatest broadcast person ever. Shut up. Shut up.
First tonight, after the Christmas horror caused by Mr. Snuggle Hugs, we have an exclusive interview with one of the victims.
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock, like so many of those affected by the Christmas bloodbath, has spent the last 3 months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
Last week, joyfully, he spoke for the first time since the tragedy.
He looks so unhappy.
Tonight, he talks to us.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology for any part we may have played in the tragedy. We should never have advertised Mr. Snuggle Hugs.
Shut the fuck up.
Without our publicity, the sheer scale of this tragedy, and now upwards of 8,000 casualties.
I'm putting it on her.
On behalf of the Nightly News team, we're sorry.
In future, we will do better.
Now it's over to Robin Short at the Tadlock.
Oh yeah, I assume this wouldn't have happened if I hadn't played
Thank you,
the
Megan.
tape.
I'm here with Mr. and Mrs. Tadlock and their 7-year-old
See, that
son,
ad.
Timothy. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Yes, well, you're bloody lucky we're spending any time with you at all. After what you lot did. Irresponsible. I mean, whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right. It wasn't your fault. As you can see, Megan, there's still a few open wounds here. I'll tread carefully. I'm going to speak to Timmy now. Hello, Timmy. Can you see me?
I assume it's okay for me to stay on this camera angle.
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
You be careful now.
Because it's not an interview. Like it's
Don't
not.
worry,
It's
Mr.
not two
Tadlock.
different
I wasn't the
people.
youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School
Two different
Inquirer
camera
for
angles
no
that I'm switching
reason.
to.
So, Timmy, can you tell us what happened to you? You had just unwrapped Mr. Snuggle Hugs, hadn't you? Was he under the tree?
Yes, I could smell him already. He smelled like love.
Ah, yes. That'll be the fur.
You smell like love.
Scented with hoof.
I was so excited. I ran up to my room and gave him a big hug. Like a cat. Before he got away with Daddy's Porsche.
And what did Mr. Snuggle Hugs say to you?
He blinked his real action eyes and said, "You're my very best friend." But I sure wish Mrs. Snuggle Hugs was here, and she can't be, for just $89.99. And then 41.
And is that when he burst into and then he exploded?
Oh, look, I've asked you nicely.
And am I right in saying that one of his real action eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek?
Yes. It glows through bandages. I know it's under there.
Staring at me.
And Timmy 3 eyes. And with his glasses, that's 5.
It's too many eyes, Robin.
And what's the last thing you remember?
I'm trying to change the reactions. That's why I'm laughing. It's not because of what they're
He
saying.
looked at me with his one eye and laughed.
I'm imagining that like if this is an actual news broadcast.
It sounds very traumatic. Do you have nightmares?
All right, that's quite
Do you,
enough of
Timmy?
you two
Timmy?
coming in here with your camera trying to make a buck out of our suffering. I won't have it.
Mr. Tadlock, just a couple more questions. Timmy, do you think you will ever be what we can call
No, you've had your
normal
questions.
again?
And now you. Oh, you've made him cry with all 3 of his eyes.
Calm down, you're
Do you think your parents will ever really love you again?
Right, that's it. Enough. Come on,
I'm
baby.
angry, Mr. Tadlock. So there you have it, Megan. Just one of the many victims of an indescribable tragedy. That
I haven't had to censor, right?
Back to you.
Thank you, Robin. Harrowing stuff.
And many questions to be answered by Sophia Remington in the coming days and months, I'd wager. How will she turn this crisis around?
So, Jeremy, what are the warning signs a consumer should look out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan,
I don't lead your eye. It's just enough for me to keep this shit on the rails. It's a lot to focus on.
And quality.
Yeah, can we just get a close-up on camera 3 here? So if we take a look at this National Nightly News mug, you should see the mark just on the base of it there.
In the wake of the scandal, the government were praised for their swift response in bringing this set of stringent checks and new products.
It certainly is good to know that someone's watching out for our families. When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Finals. Stick around. You won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh, sorry, I'm bursting.
Why did I get a beep? Was that an ad warning?
Very good.
Is the beep the ad warning?
Yes, yes.
Watch your back, Jeremy. Women are coming.
I'm more worried about this water dripping into my head.
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see Fannies on the news. Bozeman out.
How did I not get an A? That was perfect. I added some little flavor. Whatever, man. I'm turning my fan on.
Says.
Yes, I understand, but I always say welcome back.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry? It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
That's the way fans blow in Canada.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You join me live here from the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for her signature move, the Orangi hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs.
I'm good at this. I should do this for real.
Himself, Tommy, the fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part. Still going on. And Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brains. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time.
What is happening?
On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball. Not a bad shot there from Harris.
Are they just throwing something into a garbage pail?
Shot number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing it under her legs. Not bad, if you ask me.
Oh, throw it anywhere but the bucket.
Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there from Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit better.
So they put it, he threw it in the garbage can, so he lost?
Time to change ends. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends.
I caught that.
And of course now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense.
So they just...
Giving it large. Winter round 2 now with Harris.
They switched ends and they went back.
Streaker on the pitch. Apologise if you broadcast any of that stuff. She appears to have slogans across her breasts and arms. Try and ignore all of that. Security, I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's probably a bit difficult.
They're naked this time, everybody.
Because it's quite an eyesore, and women's bodies, yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into round 2 now, and Harris absolutely determined to close that massive gap.
Moves!
No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever.
Oh, he's confident.
Harris. And was that defensive thumbscrew? We haven't seen that since the heats. What a brilliant move. Back to striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastering display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy.
I don't know what's happening, but
he is a late bloomer, of course. I've always said that. And after all, it is a game of two halves, 4 rounds and several subgenres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington's Fist.
okay, we're doing good. We're doing well.
Nice piece of music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it. Is running around here with his genitals on display for all to see. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dancing, to be fair. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security's on it. And the bucket's been knocked over! I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. They're not getting on camera.
Genitals flying around for all to see. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television.
Would it be more popular if they got on, though?
Taken away, never to be seen again. And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these two players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
What is happening? I don't know. Did you have to pose?
That ball boy's giving me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around. Back to Harris here. God, what I wouldn't give to be that ball. I'm all right, ladies. Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because, of course, if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket.
I know a guy that looks like exactly like that guy. Somebody I used to work with.
And Striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course, perhaps. And yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course, we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mug. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame. Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. Here we go. Tommy Harris.
What is happening? How long is this going to go on for?
Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact. Caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, like, I mean, this is a mess now. I don't know what I can be doing about this. I mean, there's sort of breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much I can do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match.
I got the sensor, baby!
Yes, yes. We want our money! Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters. Absolute wasters.
Show boobs? No, I have a job to do, all right?
Oh, jog on! It's an absolute bloody...
I've got a job to do with families depending on me!
Final round, and of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it?
Actually, my family kind of sucks. I don't.
Nice imaginary.
Let's put the we'll put the boobs on next time, okay? But I want to get an S.
The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands. Interesting.
Wait, is she?
And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And
But
now
wait,
she's,
is this
and
just an
stuff out,
imaginary
she didn't
ball?
use it. So a wonderful move there.
I thought there was actually a ball, but is it just an imaginary ball?
But she's in it to win it. On it, like a car bonnet. Tommy Harris here.
It's okay. I didn't note it. I thought they have had a few ball a few times, right? Yeah.
It as if it were a banana, which is an interesting.
This is the imaginary section.
Hasn't had his potassium or what's going on today with Harris? And he's still here. And the banana was the ball. What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic. There we go, Jeremy. That is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official. In, please.
And the winner of the first.
Maybe they lost the ball, so they just didn't. They imagined it for the rest, or is that part of the game?
Is everyone!
Okay, the ref has agreed once again.
I stayed on the camera for that one take for too long.
My 15th win in the Sportsboard Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful.
Everybody won!
Woo! Security to collect their medals. And thanks again for watching the Sportsboard Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating.
What does that mean?
And all I always have to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon there had an extraordinary final.
Historic sports board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Yeah, I can.
Maybe I can turn off the power.
Have you know?
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shot me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shot me. Where's that sound guy?
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Boozman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance that this storm is causing the odd power surge, so your controls might be a bit, dangerous. Now, I know you're tough and you can take the odd shock for the sake of a perfect news broadcast, but too many in quick succession can stop the old Tigger. I'm sure you'll make the right decisions.
So sorry about Woods Buckets. We seem to have sprung a leak. Well, several, actually.
Need a whole new lining up there. Triple signature.
We'll look into it.
Good to see you again. Miss Wolf, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great
Our
time to be
expert
alive.
legal team will help you make all those
Megan Wolf?
difficult arrangements, and our aftercare team will help your dependents
Am I
through
here?
the grieving process, ensuring your final wishes are carried
So do I have to
out
time things now?
and compassionately, all
10 seconds, everybody.
absolutely free.
Have you had a little accident?
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much of it. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital.
I guess I have to be careful here.
Oh, no, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been
Okay, I
able
don't
to
hit
help.
4.
You know, whingers most, you know.
People who yet benefit from many
So if you hit the buttons that are on that are like electrified,
Megan, as my old
you get.
mum used to say,
Wait, was it? Oh, this is the drunk guy from the first interview.
know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry
Oh my
about,
God.
how we can help. Find out what they're angry about. The door to my government is
Let's see, look how the water's dripping on it.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, and they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you. I mean, really scares you.
It's death, Pet. He's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry, are you saying that Advance have cured death?
Do I have like a health?
Yep, that's definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is me close up, Captain?
Oh,
okay?
sorry, it's kind of
When I was 13, my mum came and got me from school. He was to go to the hospital. My granddad, he'd collapsed that morning. So we'd all to say our goodbye.
Yeah, I know. We're all getting electrocuted. Well, they're talking about death.
I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fickle.
Oh shit, I can't switch back.
He said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope. 3 days later, he were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half time.
That sounds...
Oh, it was awful.
I couldn't hit the censor button in time.
It were awful for him. It were awful. They could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he would beg her to turn off.
Yeah, I better get some serious cash for this one.
But she couldn't. Or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important. This is a service only for people who choose it. People who feel they run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline. Into an
microphone package just giving me electric.
Still on the air, Peter?
Yes, sorry, my apologies.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Sorry, I've got something. Can I get a little bit of help here, please?
That the older generation might feel somewhat...
Jesus, a raw face, fucker. That one was massive. Right, no, that one was massive. Pull off, no. This bastard, pull off.
That the older generation...
coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine.
I think I missed one.
Spas and gardens.
I think I missed the censor.
Perfectly capable of that grandmother with a rusty twat,
Prime Minister.
with a rusty twat.
Minister, please.
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan, we're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Okay, commercial coming up.
That's all we have time for tonight. Thank yous go out to our
Commercial coming up.
guests. Congratulations to all the winners at the Sports Board final. And we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
Good job, everybody.
I got it, right?
Just the same, sir.
I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
It's for my nephew, so we transitioned the moment I saw the leak.
What? How do I get D's? I made like 2 mistakes. Maybe every time I electrocuted myself, that was like, I lost points? A slight dock to pay. So these are the stocks. These are the stocks, right? This is the number of shares we have in the different stocks, I think. D for damn good, okay. And this is how the stocks are going? So the Illuminati is going up. I don't know what this means. Is this like how well the channel is liked? Oh. I can click more info. But it doesn't. All offensive words were censored. An interference-free show. An exceedingly poor edit. Advance disrupt in your channel's opinion of your work. Yeah, but I got D in section 3 too, and only C? I made 1, 2, 3 mistakes. 4 mistakes. This is... Oh, this is section? This is advance, this is disrupt, and then this is the channel. What does this mean though? Like they're happy? I'm the best goddamn editor. This is how I edit my YouTube videos. I cut the beginning, just the slight beginning off, and then the slight, just a little bit of the end off. Done.